Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for 2024. This is for Pisces and Pisces rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Pisces. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it offers a lot more depth to your reading. So Pisces, get excited, buckle your seatbelt. 2024 is going to be an explosive year. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a really exciting year. You're going to see, it's going to be a life-changing year. I know that that's a dramatic word, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Now, 2024 has some really great auspicious eclipses. There's one in your sign. Yes, we have an eclipse in Pisces. Okay. Another great thing that's happening is Venus is moving into your sign. We'll talk about that. There's going to be a lot of activity that's happening. 2024 also has some really great new moons, some that I haven't seen in quite some time, as well as full moons. And 2024 is the year of conjunctions galore. So conjunctions are, the easiest way to explain it is they're the highest degree of auspicious aspects. And we have some that we haven't seen in 13 years. We've got some powerful aspects that are happening in 2024. And of course, I will tell you how they resonate with you specifically for Pisces, rather than, again, like a general sense here. Now, 2024 is kind of like the, I've been saying it's a middle child of 2023 and 2025. And the reason why is because if you think about the middle child, listen, 2024 is the year that you may be learning a lot, going out of your way to learn a lot, and being very independent, self-sufficient. And like a middle child, there's a lot that you can get away with in 2024. There's a lot of favorable aspects. And then, the middle child kind of be very creative, very imaginative, is what's happening here, but then also a little bit rebellious sometimes. So 2024 is going to be, what you do in 2024 basically will determine where you're at in 2025. Now, I say that because I cannot say that for 2023. It was a very different type of year in 2023. And 2024 is definitely, again, there's going to be some aspects that are going to be changing your life favorably, okay? Favorably. And 2024 is also a year where, sure, it's like any year, a lot of cycles, but a lot of cycles happening within cycles. And so I really, really love 2024. Now, let me tell you, just give you a little preview of 2025 and why I'm including it in this reading is because 2025 is the year, okay? You'll hear a lot of people say it's the most important year that we've had in a few years. You'll hear a lot of people say it's the most important year of the decade. This is going to be, 2025 it's going to be the most important year of the decade. And there's a lot of reasons why. The first thing is that we'll have Venus retrograde and Mars retrograde. So that's going to have a huge shift. Speaking of shifts, the nodes are shifting. So remember how the North Node moved into Aries and the South Node moved into Libra. So 2024 is going to be a big money year for you, okay? But then 2025, the North Node moves into your sign. So you see how you particularly will be affected a lot more than the other signs in terms of your true calling, your destiny. So we're really ramping up to 2025. The biggest thing of all for 2025, all the outer planets changing signs. This is crazy. All in 1 year. All in 1 year. And so Neptune, which has been in your sign, Pisces, since 2011, it's finally moving into Aries. You know who else is moving into Aries? Saturn, which has been in your sign for a couple years, okay? Saturn leaving your sign, moving into Aries. All these, and then Uranus moving into Gemini, okay, after being in Taurus since 2018. And then we have Jupiter moving into Cancer, where it's exalted. So a lot of things happening. Of course, the major thing is Pluto moving into Aquarius. That happens starting next month, but it moves permanently into Aquarius 2025. So you see how 2025 is going to be a big shift. Huge shift. Now, if 2023 was the year of 7, which was all about introspection, 2024, the year of 8. What is that? In numerology, it's wealth. It's money, it's wealth, it's success, and it's abundance. So 2024 is going to be a great year. And again, remember the nodes are in your 2 money houses, second house, okay? And then when you think about 2025, all these planets moving into Aries, your second house of money. So money is going to be a big thing for you for not just 2024, but for 2025 as well. It's going to be a really big thing. And I'm going to break everything down for you. But before I even do that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the biggest aspect, the ones that I want you to pay attention to for every month of 2024, okay? And this is really just to help guide you and really just give you a little bit of an idea of the changes you can expect, shifts you can expect, cycles, new beginnings, etc. Well, and so let's get started. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break it down just real quickly every month, one aspect, okay? Or one important thing. Then I'll do your spread. And then after your spread, then I break it down again. And as you know, I will break it down throughout the year. I'm going to break down seasonally. I'll go seasonally. And then I'm going to tell you the best days for you every month, okay? And even some days for you to watch out for, okay? But the best days, and there's so many, again, too many conjunctions to count. There's so many trines, so many great aspects. And again, a lot of great things happening for Pisces. Now, January 2024, Pluto moving into Aquarius. This is the biggest deal of all. And I'm going to do a separate video on this because it's such a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Because Pluto, hasn't been in Aquarius for 250 years. So Pluto in Aquarius, I mean, all of humanity, everyone that's living on this planet, not everyone gets to experience Pluto in Aquarius if it happens every 250 years. Okay. So again, we'll talk about this. This is all about power, empowerment. Pluto is a planet that asks you, are you going to fear me or are you going to own me? Okay. And so this is a 20-year aspect. So Pluto's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years until 2044. So you're going to start seeing big shifts already starting in January of 2024. Now, again, I'll make a separate video if you want. Remember how I just said like all of humanity's affected? Well, Aquarius is the sign of humanity. So we're going to do the math. But if you do want to get an idea, on my Instagram, I did a reel on Pluto and Aquarius, and just to give you a little of idea of like what's happened throughout history, of how Pluto in Aquarius is so impactful on our planet. Okay. Now in February, Mars and Venus conjuncting Pluto and Aquarius. So you feel it already. And so, by the way, Pluto and Aquarius and all this activity in Aquarius is your 12th house. And so you are the native ruler of the 12th house. And this is going to be very interesting for you because the 12th house is the subconscious. It is like intuition, it's dreams. Like you're just going to get, I say it all the time, Pisces, y'all are the most psychic out of all the signs. You're just going to get a lot more psychic, a lot more intuitive, a lot more spiritual. There's so much happening in that capacity. Pluto in Aquarius you're definitely it's gonna have a big impact on you. Now, March, we come to the first eclipse. This is a lunar eclipse in Libra. Again, if you're taking notes, remember, the south node, if the north node is your true calling, south node is like what you're releasing. Now, all this activity in Libra, your 8th house, okay? So it seems like for you in March, this is going to be really big, okay? Because lunar eclipses, it's a full moon lunar eclipse. So full moon's like conclusion to something, the ending of something, that is going to be a big deal. So there may be something that you're releasing in terms of your 8th house. So other people's money, there's 8th house is also like transformation, death and rebirth. So this I feel is a big one for you because it is happening during, in March, like your birthday season. You hear the church bells? This is gonna, so you would want to assume that's a sign for this particular eclipse. Now, April, we have the solar eclipse in Aries. This is huge. Now, of course, again, at the end of I do your spread, I'm going to give you the actual dates. But April, this solar eclipse, it's a total solar eclipse in Aries. This is for you, your second house. So at this point, I would not be surprised if you have this huge rocket ship blast in terms of income, salary, money, finances, because that's what your second house is. It's the solar eclipse in Aries. And this is, remember, solar eclipses are new moons, so new beginnings. So planting seeds. You always want to plant seeds around new moons. You always want to manifest around that time. I always say manifest every day, but this is like if you do any sort of ritual or what, this is a big one. Now, that's not the biggest day of April, okay? April, when we get to mid-April, I'll just tell you the day, April 20th. That's when we have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus. This is, you're going to hear everyone talk about this, okay? It hasn't happened in 13 years. This is almost like a rebirth. This is so much luck, so much. We're talking about Jupiter, right? The planet of good fortune, prosperity, good luck, wisdom, expansion, profit. And so this is going to be really big for you. As you know, it's in your third house. And so third house is communication. It's writing. It's researching. It's, siblings. It's neighbors. And I feel like, looking at what's going on for you, some of y'all are actually going to be moving around May until 2025, like June 2025. And we'll talk about that later, but keep that in mind. May of 2024, we do have the Sun and Venus conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. I love that. So keep that in mind. This is all in your third house. So even you becoming a lot more influential, you having a bigger platform in terms of things that you're communicating. So it's like you are also like becoming a little bit more, having a lot more power in terms of communication. All right. People looking up to you, listening to you. And then in May, we have the Sun conjuncting Jupiter. So this is the best day of the year. Luckiest day of the year is going to happen in May. And then Jupiter moves into Gemini. So, wow, this is really absolutely big. This is 1000% big because this is your fourth house. And so this is when you have all the luck, prosperity, good fortune, whatnot in your domestic sector. So a lot of y'all could be moving in with partners. A lot of y'all could be moving. A lot of y'all could be buying real estate. A lot of y'all could be thinking about that. And remember, Jupiter in Gemini is going to be until June 2025. So you have all this luck in your area. Partners, if you're single, this is, could be the year. And there's a lot of days where it's just like, wow, really good days for soulmates, meeting your soulmates in 2024. So again, as you can see, and this is really great for you because Gemini is a mutable sign just like yours. But we'll talk about it later. June, Jupiter trining Pluto. This we have the best money day of the year. All right. Best money day of the year. And then July, I love that Mars is conjuncting Uranus and Taurus. That is going to be a big thing. Again, a lot of activity that's happening in your third house here. Okay. So communication, siblings, neighbors, right? It could be a thing. Also travel. Let's not forget travel. Travel could be something that you're doing, a lot more short distance travel in, the first half of the year. Now, August, one of my favorite new moons, it's going to be in Leo. Now, September, we have the lunar eclipse in your sign. Okay. So you see how there's all these points of again, like rebirth energy, reset button, like just this new you, but also ascension in where you are in your life. October, we have that solar eclipse in Libra. So yes, we have 2 eclipses in Libra, and this is going to be big. Again, this is 8th house, other people's resources, shared resources, investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions. This is a solar eclipse, y'all. This is a solar eclipse. Even your partner's income. So looking at what's happening for you, some of y'all could actually, if you're not in one now, meet someone, right? But also, if you're dating someone now, this is a point where I feel like a lot of y'all could move in together. There's a lot of big things, and that could also happen earlier. And then November, we have the sun trining Saturn and Mars, which is really great. Saturn's actually in your sign. And then December, we end it with this wonderful full moon in Gemini. So you can see there's so much happening in 2024. I haven't even, in some of these months, I didn't even talk about the best days of the month. All right. So that's how much like 2024 is going to be extremely exciting. Now, with every year, of course, there are challenges, right? So there are a couple Jupiter Saturn squares that I do want you to, watch out for. They're going to have a pretty big impact on you because Saturn is in your sign, right? And so we also have some Mars and Saturn squares. I want you to watch out for some full moons and Mars is going to go retrograde starting at the end of December into 2025. But we'll talk about that in a year from now when it happens. So, with that said, you can see the first 6 months are, wow, so many great things happening, so many great aspects. Your life starts changing almost as, early as January, but you'll feel it more in March and April, like your birthday season. This is going to be, it's going to be just crazy. These 2 months, by the way, April and May, by the way, are the two biggest and best months of the year. But with that said, let's get started, Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you for 2024. Again, this is for Pisces and Pisces rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, you are absolutely welcome to if you want a little bit more insight in those areas of your life. So Pisces, let's do it. Let's get started. So Pisces, you can see I am actually very close to the camera here because my dog is taking up a lot of my table space here. But the one thing that I do want you to know is that remember, after I do your spread, this is a yearly reading, okay? So after I do your spread, then I break it down and then I will go seasonally and tell you the best days. If you want to like take out a book or notebook and take notes, it just, again, to help guide you, to take action on certain days, to avoid things on certain days. We'll go through it, okay? So Pisces, let me see what's going on. Okay. And yeah, I think I mentioned I have to put on my glasses for all these notes that I'm going to go through. But let's go ahead and let's do your reading. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, one thing that I want you to know, these eclipses that are happening in Libra is a native ruler of partnerships and relationships, all right? And so once we get to like fall, you're going to feel a lot of that, okay? You're going to feel a lot of that. And summer, you're looking at what's going on for you. Summer, it's going to be really fun for you. But let's get started. You're good, all right? You see what's happening here. This is really, really nice. Wow. It's almost like Pluto in Aquarius is going to be the best thing for you because it's moving into your 12th house and you are the native ruler. And so it just, you're going to feel like in your element, in your zone. You got the Two of Cups. So a lot of y'all may have met your soulmates. You may have started dating again, if that was something that was a matter for you, or if you could have met the one and started dating someone or dating multiple people. All right, but it looks like you got the Two of Cups, which is amazing because not only is this a card of love transcending time and space itself, it is I'm gonna give a nod to Aristotle here, okay, who said love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. This is that card. This is the true love card. This is a twin flame card, the soulmate card. All right, so this is absolutely amazing. A lot of healing in this card too. This can be, when I say partners and relationships, sure, love in with at home, okay, in your domestic world, all right, romance, but also it can be career, finding the perfect, if you own a business, like partnering up with someone else, or finding the perfect employee, or if you're working at a job, like finding the perfect boss, or your perfect job. There's again something about you partnering with someone else. can be platonic too. All right. The you know you the Romy to your Michelle, that could be a thing this year. All right. Or your we'll go old school here. Your Matt Damon to your Ben Affleck. We'll go old school. But I do love this because there's a lot of self love too. So a lot of y'all are coming into this place where it's like, when you have that self love, you're really in touch with like the super conscious, your intuition. It just feels good. It makes you feel more confident. It makes you feel more alive. It makes you feel more genuine, authentic. I love this for you. This is absolutely amazing. What I really love about this card is attributed to Venus in Cancer. Okay. So Cancer, your BFF, your fellow water sign there, representing your fifth house of love, of romance, of creativity, self-expression, recreation, sex, right? Even procreation. Some of y'all are going to be having babies, by the way. It is definitely, as soon as Jupiter moves into Gemini, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then again, Cancer season is going to be a big thing for you. So yeah, I would say around May, June is like when that starts happening. All right. Now, in the heart of your freaking spread, you got the star. Well, I mean, what can I say? I mean, first of all, it looks like it's going to be a big year of healing for you because you do see the caduceus between them, right? The caduceus being a very old alchemical symbol. I mean, we see it in cave drawings. That's how old it's endured the test of time. And so this is really amazing. It's if you think about if you're into like Kundalini yoga, it's like that driving life force from the base of your spine through all your chakras to spiritual awareness and divinity and whatnot. But it's also a medical symbol of healing. So a lot of healing here. And then the star is all about healing too. But the star is more about this is your hopes and wishes. This is the stars aligning for you. This is saying, hey, everything. And there is a sense of like growth here, fertility. You even see the water bear. This is Aquarius, by the way. The star is attributed to Aquarius. So remember, I said Pluto's moving into Aquarius. Very powerful aspect. That's you in your 12th house. But also, we're kicking off January in Aquarius season on January 20th. So things may start changing for you right away in January. This is absolutely amazing. The other thing is, this is like what I was going to say. You see the water bear here. Completely free, completely naked, like so much freeness here. And again, Aquarius is a sign of like the independence, right? Being very independent. I said 2024, there's going to be a lot of that, like that self-sufficiency energy. I can do this on my own. It doesn't mean you can't exclude other people, but like you're going to feel that empowerment, especially with Pluto in Aquarius. Now, you see, remember, I was talking about like your chakras aligning. Now you see the 7 outer stars representing your chakras. Okay. So everything aligning for you now in terms of your hopes and wishes. The last thing I'm going to point out, these stars, they're all 8 pointed, referencing the strength card. And this is card 17, 1 7 equals 8. And so what did I say about the year 2024? Is a year of 8. Everything is going to, that's wealth, that's abundance, that's success. I mean, like, you're good. You're absolutely good because this is kind of like setting the tone for 2024. And this is an annual spread, not a weekly, not a monthly. This is for 2024. You're absolutely good. And I go in order here. I'm just going to show you right now. Look at your future. You got the Empress. So when I say abundance in more ways than one and a heap of it. So you're absolutely good. Now, you did get the 7 of Wands, okay, in your challenge area. So if there's anything that I should give you a heads up on is that it looks like you will be working a little bit more than normal, but there could be a sense of like if there may be, it's like, okay, So you're going to be ascending in this way that you've probably never felt before, especially with a lot of these aspects, and then Pluto moving into Aquarius, okay, in your 12th house. And so there could be a sense of a lot of people maybe like jealous of you. It could be like, if you are looking for a job, you're the one who gets it, right? Out of like all the applicants. If you're looking to get promoted, out of like the 6 people at your job, like seeking the same thing, they may get jealous if you're the one that gets it. But there is going to be a sense of maybe you're going to have to draw a line in the sand at some point. If people are just, passive aggressive to you, you're going to have to like stand up for yourself. So that is, and I don't have, looking at what's going on for you, it doesn't seem like it's going to be like easy for you. All right. So that's the one thing, is just like always stand up for yourself. Okay. Always stand up for yourself. This is a card of valor. It is a card of like, self value, self worth as well. And then remember, the North Node moving into Aries, such a big deal for you. All right. That's going to be all year long. So the North Node moving into Aries for you, your second house. So not only money and wealth and salary, income, finances, all of that. It's also self-value, self-worth. It's like what brings you comfort, what brings you value, and how do you value yourself, and what is your worth that you put out to the world, and ensuring they see it and whatnot. Anyway, this is just definitely be on top of anything. Never feel that you're not good enough is what I'm trying to say, because you are, and everything's going to be happening for you. Now, you did get the 5 of Cups in your crown. All right. So there is going to be a sense of a lot of y'all looking back at some things and saying, and maybe missing it. When I say this is a life-changing year, there are so many moments where you're going to see your life changing, evolving, moving forward. And there may be some things that you are looking back to with the 5 of Cups here. All right. So I'm not surprised, because remember, Pluto moving into Aquarius, really powerful. Pluto is a powerful planet, maybe a dwarf planet. Packs a huge punch, though. It's all about power. It's all about control. It's all about empowerment. Remember, I said it's how you use that to your advantage, but it's going to be in your 12th house. And so that is the subconscious, all right? It's hidden things as well. But again, just with the 5 of Cups coming up, there could be like a little bit of you going really deep and thinking about things from the past. Always remember that he's got those 2 full cups behind him, all right? All he's got to do is pick up those cups, cross the bridge, go home to the comfort of his home. He'll be good. All right. And so if you ever find yourself looking to the past and thinking about things that may, or even things that do happen throughout 2024, where you're like, oh, shucks, like I really wish that didn't happen. Know that everything is happening for a reason for you, to move you forward toward abundance. Do never let any moments of the past dictate your present. Don't let your past dictate your future, okay? Especially if it's something that is not good for you, all right? Or if it doesn't help you move forward. Now, one thing I'm going to point out, you do see the cups spilled, right? You see all that wine spilled out. Take a really good look at the cups. You see that green stuff, Pisces. What is that? What is that, Pisces? I don't know what it is, okay? Do you know what it is? I surely do not know what that is, and that is the point. Nobody knows what that is. How do you know that was even good for you? So if it is some sort of loss, maybe job, maybe friendship, maybe, like things like that, it could have been actually really bad for you. It could have been like, toxic or poison, or you just don't know. And that's why you don't want to dwell on it. Now, you did get the Knight of Cups. There's so much partnership activity here. It's insane. Especially because remember, you got the 2 of Cups. Just the fact that you have the 2 of Cups here, right? The 2 cups here. Just pick it up. Just move forward. It's all about moving forward. Just like the Knight of Cups, who is moving forward and who is Pisces. Okay? So you pulled one of your own cards. Knight of Cups, you even see the fish all over his armor. And so the Knight of Cups is very like compassionate, very romantic, very like dream. He's into the arts, but he is like Mr. Romance. He is the knight in shining armor. And so he's extending his cup. He wants to share it with someone. You have the Two of Cups here. So again, there is a sense of you moving forward with a partnership, relationship. Again, it can be work, it can be your passions, because, or even like friend energy, BFF energy. If you're not here for work, if in partnerships, or if you're not here for love, it's also just ascending in that area. If you are in a relationship, even if you're retired, it's just like, let's do something, right? Let's do something. Let's buy a house. Let's do like doing something together. But ultimately, if you're not here for any of that, all he wants to do is fill his cup. All he wants to do is fill his cup. He wants to be emotionally fulfilled. And so this is just you going after your passions. What's going to emotionally fulfill you? All right. And so it looks like you're just set up for all this abundance. Like, yeah, the Empress in your future. I mean, oh my goodness, coming after the sun, the star. Sorry, I like this is what happens on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. But anyway, the star. So you have the Two of Cups, you have the star, and then now you have the Empress ruled by Venus. I mean, this is love. This is money. This is beauty. This is sex as well, right? So, really big thing if you're here for that. But also, again, looking at what's going on for you. Once Jupiter hits Gemini in your fourth house, it's almost immediately we move into Cancer season, which is your fifth house, which is like procreation. And so there's all this movement in family, the family area of your life and children as well. But the Empress is pregnant. Okay. So, hey, some of y'all may be having babies, especially with the star, the Two of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. All right. Or even thinking about it. And also, if it's not you, it could be someone in your life, it could be someone in your family. But it's, again, if that's not it, the Empress is just all about abundance. She holds the golden scepter. That golden scepter, only one of two people in tarot that have it, and it creates this abundance. It creates this wealth, and it's living life through pleasure. It's having this, uh, having all these passions and living through your passions. So one of the strongest cards, and it's also like a lot of sensuality in this card, a lot of sexuality in this card as well, but also like a maternal quality here as well. So again, this is really great. A lot of growth, a lot of new things. Remember, I said there's a lot of new things happening for you, and a lot of it will be wealth. A lot of it will be money. It's your North Node being in your second house of money. It's like a big thing for you. And then you also got the star in the heart of your spread, but with the Empress here, because the star Pluto is like money too, right? So this is just really crazy because Venus is money as well. So money could be a big thing for you, but partnerships and love and a lot of self-love, a lot of healing, but new things happening for you, a lot of new things. Remember, I said there's the water bear here pouring water onto the land as well. You see all that growth, right? So it's working. Now, you see the pomegranates on her gown, and so that represents like fertility and this growth. You see also the river flowing. You see the dry wheat in front of her, the new crop. I mean, when I say grow, like so much growth in your spread, but three is all about new beginnings and creation, birth of new things. So they're also like a sense of a lot of, again, new things happening in your life. This is actually one you're like, you're good. You're good. Let's get to your stuff. Pisces, you're amazing. Pisces, if you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, share. Let me know what's going on. I want to know what y'all are thinking about for 2024. A lot of y'all, again, may be moving. That is going to be a thing up until June 2025. Again, can take relationships can be a big thing for you at home, and your home could be a big thing, even beautifying it and whatnot. There's so much happening. There's so much happening for you in your domestic sector, and you have a lot of luck there. So let's get to your stuff. Okay, so oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're good. You're good. It is going to be a year where being honest with yourself is going to make all the difference. Because you did get the Queen of Swords, which is very interesting. Again, Queen of Swords is Libra, very much like the Justice card. Okay, and the reason why that's important. Remember, the South Node moved into Libra, letting things go. We have two eclipses in Libra in 2024. It's going to be a big thing for you, whether partnerships and relationships. Remember, that is going to be a big thing because Libra is the native ruler of partnerships and relationships, but also eighth house. So something about, again, eighth house is just this deep transformation. It is life cycles. That's what the eighth house is. So there's personally for you, okay, with Pluto and Aquarius in your 12th house, and then Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, okay, in your sign, which is all about identity, like the role you play. So there's going to be big personal changes, spiritual growth for you as well, but also a lot of clarity. And that's what I want you to do is be very headstrong. Okay. Remember, you got the 7 of Wands in your challenge area and the 5 of Cups in your crown. So it's important to be headstrong and, seeing things for what they are, not letting emotions cloud your judgment. That's what the Queen of Swords really is. But there's this fairness to her and fairness of, seeing things in this light where it's, it's the truth and nothing but the truth. But again, a lot of like being true to yourself is what's coming up. I think I mentioned that earlier. Being authentic. Now you did get the 6 of Cups. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this for you. One of the reasons why immediately is because this card is first. 6 is the heart of the tree of life. A lot of harmony, a lot of balance, it's so nice to have, the sixes. But secondly, this card is attributed to Sun and Scorpio is your 9th house of spirituality. So remember, add that together with the fact that Pluto is moving into Aquarius in your 12th house of your subconscious and intuition. Like, this is going to be a big thing for you. But at the end of the day, this is all about sharing and then kindness. And there's this, tapping into your inner child, knowing that you're protected throughout your journey, throughout 2024, came in your external factors area. All right. And so this is like letting your guard down, knowing that everything's going to be okay, but also like having the sense of like sharing things with other people, right? Sharing the wealth. And when I say wealth, like it doesn't like mean like materialistic all the time, right? It's like because the cups are emotions and feelings and love. So that wealth in terms of like the love that you have to offer, but also sharing the wealth in terms of like having that wealth in family, having that wealth in career, having that wealth in. You get where I'm going with this? Very nostalgic. Energy that happens with the 6 of Cups. I love that the 6 of Cups did show up because it softens this 5 of Cups energy. All right. This is in your 6, so you're going from the 5 of Cups to the 6 of Cups. So I really like that. So it looks like whatever you are, maybe like things that could be holding you back, and it can be on a deeply subconscious level. It looks like you're going to be fine. You have the 6 of Cups with the Empress, with the Star, with the 2. Look across your cross here. I mean, this is really insane. This is really great. You have the Knight of Wands too, so this is really nice. It's your second night. Knights are very active, by the way. Wands, all about your passions. This is double fire too, okay? Knights are fire, Wands are fire. So boom, 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 boom. You even see what's coming out of his helmet. But remember, wands are not only your passions and even ideas that you have, creativity, which is going to be a huge thing for you for the first 6 months. Remember, Jupiter and Uranus are in your 3rd house of, I said communication, but it's, it's logic, it's writing, it's researching, it's all of that. But the 3rd house is also, remember, it's Gemini ruled, right? And so it's like creativity, a lot of creative energy in the 3rd house. But this is really great. This is just saying that it's almost like you're like, okay, after the year that I had in 2023, it's like I am ready to just go toward everything that I want and manifest them, but not only manifest them, but make sure that they actually happen, and they will. You have this Star with the Empress. I can't even, like, you're going to have a great year. Now, you do have the Seven of Swords in your final outcome. And so the biggest message coming through is, again, that honesty energy, being true to yourself and not running away from anything, not hiding from anything, not making excuses about anything. Because Pluto in Aquarius, again, your 12th house, what happens in the 12th house? Well, first, once remember I said it's your subconscious. And so what is the subconscious, right? It's where we store our memories. And so that's a lot of low energy frequencies. Okay. So it's like even, fear and stress and anxiety or whatever. So really coming to terms with that and working with that. So you don't have any of that. And again, I feel like you're going to be in this powerful position to do it. And the fact that, you are the native ruler, the 12th house really helps. But again, just doing things where you're not where you're facing all your truths. Okay, remember you got the Queen of Swords, so it's facing all your truths. This card is an Aquarius card, and that's why a lot of it's just going to be up here, especially with the star in the heart of your spread. Again, an Aquarius card, and Pluto in Aquarius is a big deal. Okay, there also could be moments of like, yeah, there may be you acknowledging the fact that maybe someone is lying to you, someone is, doing something like Machiavellian, or, like just even like little things like maybe you do move and then, it is your dream house, but the realtor, you find out like, put like a little, a legal fee in the lease or something like that. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like, but I just really want this house. I'm just going to let it go. And then it like bothers you like a month or two later. That's facing your truths. That's also like, making sure that all the wrongs are right. Okay. Confronting it and changing it and making sure that that fee is taken off. So things like that. But again, a lot of it can be like in a really deep level too. A lot of it can be aiming just to be your authentic self as well. But other than that, like you are completely set up. Just do not do any like self sabotage energy. The 12th house is self sabotage, right? So and I'm not saying that any of y'all do that. It's just like with the Seven of Swords in your final outcome. And then remember, you have the Seven of Wands in your challenge area. So you do just want to like, stand your ground and just be strong, right? Be strong to bring that comfort, all right? Interestingly, if you want to think about the word comfort, if you want to think about the etymological root of that, there's a lot of comfort here, but comfort is, break it down, conforte, right? And so with strength, so it actually comes from being strong, that brings that comfort. So be strong, all right? And also like kind of like resisting the things that are not good for you, but just a lot of it's just moving forward. But the main thing of all, as you can see, is all this abundance in your life, everything working out in your favor, especially if you're looking for partnerships, relationships, work, career, ascending in partnerships and relationships, like having these new things happen in those areas too. You have a lot of growth here. I mean, remember fertility. I mean, the six, like you're good. Let's break it down. Let's go. Let's do it. Pisces. Oh gosh, 42 minutes. Okay, so I know I talked so much. So January, February, March. Let's see what's going on for you. So January is going to kick off right away because Mercury at this point has gone direct, and Mars moves into Capricorn right away on the 4th. Mars likes being in Capricorn. Mars is the ice cream on top of a waffle cone. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So Mars, a planet of drive, ambition, and all of that. It's we're already in Capricorn season. We have Mars in Capricorn. That's just like boom. This is your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. It's also your social network, which could be a big thing for you. Now, this is leading up to the new moon in Capricorn on January 11th. So you see, for you, Pisces, something is going to happen right away in January in terms of your hopes and wishes. In terms of, even, again, 11th house is your social network. So friendships, organizations you belong to, groups you belong to, even social media is part of it. But on the 11th, oh my goodness, there's a lot of new beginnings, a lot of new opportunities. You have to take action, though. Mars is a planet of action, and new moons, again, you always want to plant seeds. You always want to make sure that, you're using these aspects to your advantage. All right. On the 12th, Mars will trine Jupiter. An absolutely amazing, like the planet of good luck and good fortune. So you see how big this new moon is. And then on the 13th, Mercury moves back into Capricorn. And so now you see we have like this bundle of planets in Capricorn. Okay. And so again, this is a lot of planets giving you a lot of drive and activity and moving forward in your hopes and wishes and your social network. And then Pluto moves into Aquarius on the 20th, but then Venus moves into Capricorn on the 23rd. So now we have a chock full of planets in Capricorn. Again, your hopes and wishes. So again, January, things happen right away for you. Now, the best day of January will be January 28th. 3 reasons why, Pisces. First, Venus will trine Jupiter. This is the best day of the month, okay? So one of the reasons why Venus trine Jupiter, this is love, this is money, this is luck and love and money and beauty. But this is a day like that is great for first dates if you're single. But secondly, Mercury will trine Uranus. Oh my goodness. Like, so Venus and Mercury at this point are in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. And then Jupiter and Uranus is in your 3rd house of communication. So this is when like a lot of breakthroughs can happen for you. You could be receiving messages. You could be having important conversations. You could be going on first dates. You could have like a big breakthrough around this time. So definitely mark January 28th. And with these days, by the way, remember they are just peak aspects. So you could feel it, a few days before. You could feel it a few days after, but they're putting wheels in motion too. But this is just an excellent day for love and money. Now, the third reason why January 28th is the best day of the month is because it is my birthday. So February, Pisces, I really, really love the 13th. Now, this may be really interesting for you because this is your 11th and 12th house, Mars conjuncting Pluto. These are 2 really powerful planets, just kind of like going like this in this, sky. But so again, this is one of those days where it's like you use it to your advantage, you're good. This is where it's like there's a little bit of like, like rebellious energy with this too. Because we are in Aquarius season at this point, and Aquarians are the most like, rebellious out of all the signs. All right. So, but it's just very amped up, heightened energy. But what I love about that is that just a few days later on the 17th, Venus will conjunct Pluto. Remember, I said it's the year of conjunctions, and you're going to hear me say this a lot, okay? But a few days after that, Venus conjuncts Mars. What can I say? Love, money, passions, like just a lot of like action in those areas. So the best day will be the 28th on this day too, February 28th, because the sun is going to conjunct Mercury. Mercury will conjunct Saturn, and then the sun will conjunct Saturn as well. And so remember, Saturn is in your sign. We've officially entered your birthday season, by the way, on the 18th. So happy birthday, Pisces. And so this is just another powerful day. It's like a day where you are, could just be this force to be reckoned with, right? Mercury, all about communication. Just, again, you being like someone that's very influential, inspiring people, looking up to you, but a lot of you spending a lot of time like doing some deep diving too, really thinking about your identity. Now, what's really interesting is we move into March. On March 1st, best day of the month, the sun in your sign is sextiling Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, prosperity. We love any sun sextile Jupiter. It's like, we'll take it. So best day of the month. I feel personally, this is like where you can have a feeling of like, you may see hints of like the future for yourself unfolding around this time. Like, wow, this is going to be amazing. One day that I do, let me see. Oh, and then on the 10th, we have that new moon in Pisces. I love this one for you. So again, new intention, like a lot of new things happening for you. Take advantage. This new moon is in your sign, and I actually really love it. Mercury will sextile Pluto. There can be like secrets around this time that's revealed on the new moon in Pisces. So it's really interesting. It's not a bad thing. It's just like there could be things that you hear that, you can work to your advantage. Okay. But it's just such an artsy new moon too. I know that's weird to say, but what I love about this new moon, because on the 11th, the day after it, Venus moves into your sign. Venus, if you don't know, is exalted in Pisces. So this is really nice. And remember, you already have Saturn and Neptune in your sign, and we are in Pisces season. So you have the sun in your sign coming after the moon in your sign. So you see around these days, the 10th, 11th, 12th, like you're just going to feel amazing. You're gonna feel amazing. There's gonna a lot of compassion, a lot of love, a lot of your imagination could go wild too. There's a lot of sense of like, who am I energy, and it is your birthday season, so you're probably already going through that because everyone does that, right? During their birthday seasons, they what have I done, the past year? What accomplishments have I made? What are my goals for this year? All, and also reevaluating like a lot of things that are in your life. So this is a powerful moment for you specifically. Okay. And then on the 22nd, Mars moves into your sign. So now you have Mars and Venus in your sign. Oh my goodness. Like, come on. You know what happens when Mars and Venus gets together. Come on. So this is really great. And then we get to the 25th, the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. This is possibly the most serious full moon, eclipse of the year. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, pay attention to this one because remember, Libra is a native ruler of partnerships and relationships. So there could be something revealed around that time. Full moons illuminate. Something could be eclipsed from your life at this time, but you'll see that. Remember how I said April and May are the best months of the year? It could be something that happens, and you're like, "Oh no, why did that happen?" If it's eclipsed from your life, but you'll see that it was actually all for the best. And then even looking at, remember, as you move into April and May, they are the best days of the month. And so it's like blessing in disguise. And it's just like, don't look back, look toward the future. Okay. You're going to be absolutely fine. So let's see what's going on for you. All right. For January, February, and March. Happy birthday to you. And when we get, yeah, your life is changing. Like, it's not even a question. And it looks like a lot of career activity, actually, because you've got Eight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the World. Your life is changing. Like I said, you will start feeling, and I don't mean like you're going to like one day, like today you're a nurse, tomorrow you'll be an astronaut. You know what I mean when like your life is changing. You'll start seeing aspects of it changing, but you've got the Eight of Wands, one of only two cards where there's no figure, no person, no nothing, but just eight wands zipping through the air. Remember, I said 2024 is a year of eight. This is everything aligning for you. Everything aligning. Okay. You see the wands completely aligned. And so remember, wands are your passions, ideas, creativity, but also work related, enterprise, career. This is a Sagittarius card, which is your 10th house of career and fame, public recognition, honors, achievements. And now you have the Three of Pentacles. Hello, money, 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 but also teamwork. Okay. Teamwork, making the dream work. So a lot of y'all could feel a lot of advancement in, the first quarter of 2024 in career. But if you're not here for a career, your passions, you can start working with other people. Like, for instance, if you are perhaps, I always make the analogy, like if you're working on a book, writing a book, it's like you're doing it on your own, but you still have to like work with an agent. You still have to work with an editor. So it's still like working with others for success. But even still, it looks like a lot of y'all will be just getting new job opportunities, career opportunities, could even be side hustles even. But there is a sense of like teamwork here. Okay. Teamwork, making the dream work. And then you've got the World. So you see how, especially with that full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, but all this activity in your sign, right? Your life changing in your birthday season. Well, you just got the world, which is the end of the major arcanas. You've come to the end of the fool's journey. You see the dancing figure. Be very proud of yourself. There's a lot of achievement here, okay? And then inside the wreath, okay, shaped as a zero, zero. Come on, referencing the Fool, card zero, all right? The beginning of your new journey. So, what's really great about this is that the world is ruled by Saturn, which is in your sign. There's a lot of like your life changing here, okay? You're beginning something new. Especially around your birthday season. So now, April, May, and June. Again, April and May, the two best months. May is definitely like the best month of the month, like or the year. You hear a lot of people saying that too. Okay, I agree. May is among the best month. April and May are really great. Now, April, we kick it off. April 1st, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries until 2028. Just kidding, April Fools. Who am I? Who does that? So Mercury is only going to be in retrograde for like 2.5 weeks. But again, this is something where you could be like reconsidering, reevaluating, because there's so many changes that's happening in your life, like finances. It's like, oh, I have all this money now. Like how, like, should I start saving? And like, where do I, distribute it? But there is going to be like with Mercury retrograde, like reassessing things, rethinking things in your second house of money and income. Now, I really love April 3rd. Mark this down. Venus conjuncting Neptune. This day is just like a fairy tale. This is a beautiful, wonderful day. Remember, Neptune is in your sign. Okay. Now, April 8th, the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. This is the day. Okay. Mars is actually sextiling Jupiter and Uranus too. This is like one of those days. I mean, this is a new moon solar eclipse. This is very powerful. And again, it's in your second house of money, of salary, of finances. But again, if you're not here for that, if you are literally like, I don't know, the king of Sweden watching this video where just like money, I'm not here for money. I got enough of that. The second house is self-worth, self-value, what brings you comfort, stability, things like that. But you'll see that there's going to be some dramatic changes for you in April. This is also a total solar eclipse. So please, please, if you live in the US, in North America, where I live, okay, if you live, we have the path, we have the eclipse going through our continent. So please, after this video, just Google where is the path of the eclipse, because you want to go see it. It's a rare celestial phenomenon. I remember the last one, I think it was 2016, 2017. My friend and I went to Nashville to see it. And sure, it lasts 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. But it's so cool. It's like when you wear the, eclipse sunglasses, and it happens during the day. So it's like when like everything gets completely dark during the day for 2.5 minutes, and then it gets light again. It's actually just such a cool thing to watch. So please try to see it. Now, the other thing that's happening, pay attention to the 19th and 20th, the bundle of these days. Oh my goodness. Like when I say life changing, this is when you're also going to see like a lot of life changing moments, because April 19th, not only does the sun move into Taurus, so we move into Taurus season, that same day, Mercury is conjuncting Venus, Mars is sextiling Jupiter, and then Mars is also sextiling Uranus. Remember, Mars is in your sign, but all these aspects together on one day, I mean, huge. And they're all great. They're all auspicious. And so obviously we'll talk about this more when it comes to April, but this is like, even like you could be at the right place at the right time, like so much luck, so much abundance. But now, why does this heighten like the 19th and 20th is because 20th is the big day. So when I say heighten in terms of luck and growth and expansion, 20th is when we have Jupiter conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. This is a day that I was saying it hasn't happened in 13 years. This is absolutely rare. This is that rebirth that you're going to go through. This is like, you're going to feel the energy of this. This is really, really big. Okay. So again, this is happening in your third house, which is communication. It's also like siblings, neighbors, it's short distance travel. But it also depends on your chart, your birth chart, but your rising sign, all of that. There could be something really big that happens for you around this time that is really lucky. It can have to do with money, and it can have to do with contracts. But even still, just pay attention to the 19th and 20th, because also remember Jupiter conjuncting Uranus, those are two outer planets. So even if you don't feel it on this day, the outer planets move slowly. So you will definitely feel it for like weeks to come. Like remember, this is the peak, but the fact that all these other great aspects are happening the day before, it's just so nice. Now, at the end of April, we have on the 29th, Venus moving into Taurus in its domicile. The 30th, Mars moving into Aries, its domicile. So you see how both Venus and Mars are in their home signs for weeks, okay? And so this is leading up to May, the best day of the month. So buckle your seatbelt. All right. So now we get to May. We have a new moon in Taurus on the 7th, one of the best new moons of the year. Okay. Venus, Uranus, the sun, the moon, Jupiter, all in Taurus, right? So again, bundle of planets in your third house, which is just and even Saturn and Neptune in your sign is in such great alignment. Like, you will definitely feel this new moon. All right. Because even just looking at what's happening on the 13th, just a few days later, the sun conjuncting Uranus and Venus sexiling Saturn. I mean, this is like you taking relationships to the next level, a lot of just something like enduring, long lasting, but with Uranus at play, like surprising great news that could come around this new moon. And then we have on the 18th, the sun conjuncting Jupiter. So like I said, this is the luckiest day of the year. So this is amazing. Okay. So use this to your advantage when it comes to anything that you want to expand, anything you want luck in. Like, this is it. And on that day, Venus will conjunct Uranus. So even if you have to put energy out there, first of all, but that is an aspect where something surprising could happen. You could have a sliding doors moment if you are single. Like, you can meet your soulmate by missing the train by 2 seconds. Like, this is like, mark these days down. These are just really auspicious days. On the 22nd, we have the sun trining Pluto. Boom. This is huge for money and communication. This is absolutely really, really big. And then on the 23rd, so you see how there's going to be like big shifts for career and your passions that's happening. Now we go to May 23rd, where we have a full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. Again, your 10th house. But we have Venus moving into Gemini. We have Venus conjuncting Jupiter. We have Venus sextiling Neptune, and then Jupiter sextiling Neptune as well. This is one of the best full moons of the year, hands down. And then on the 25th, Jupiter moves into Gemini. So this Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, expansion, profit, wisdom, moving into Gemini, fellow mutable sign, right? But also Gemini rules your 4th house. So now you have all this luck and expansion in your domestic sector, and you will have this until June 2025. And this will be the most luck and growth and expansion that you felt in this area of your life since 2012. Remember, these are cycles we're talking about. So get ready for a lot of changes at home, with family, with relationships, with your parents, with your children. And remember, Jupiter is good luck. It's like a benefic planet. We like to track Jupiter. But what makes this day really amazing is that Venus trines Pluto on the same day. So Venus, again, love and money. Pluto, money as well in a different way. And we'll talk about it later. But just a lot of power, a lot of empowerment. This is really absolutely amazing. So you see how April and May are the biggest months of the year. Now, it doesn't mean the other months are not good, because on June 2nd, we have Jupiter trine Pluto. So this is the best money day of the year. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. You'll have there's just a lot of success and growth and expansion around this day. And then I actually love, on the same day, when Jupiter trines Pluto, Mercury will sextile Neptune in your sign. And so this is like when both your intuition and your intellect and your imagination, all of that heightened, all of that happened. Like, this is absolutely one of the best days for you. On the 4th, we have Mercury conjuncting Jupiter. Again, a lot of growth, especially with conversations that you have. But this is another day for you, particularly with Jupiter being in your 4th house. I can see a lot of y'all signing leases, buying homes, even in work. There could be something that is signed, but this is definitely one of the best days of the month, because on that same day, Mercury will trine Pluto, and Sun conjunct Venus. We have a Venus Cazimi in your 4th house of home and family, children, and partners are part of your significant other. So again, wonderful way to kick off June, especially because on June 6th, now we have a new moon in Gemini. But this is big. This is like the Sun is in Gemini, Mercury is in Gemini, Venus is in Gemini, Jupiter is in Gemini. Like, then Jupiter is actually trining Pluto. And so again, all this activity in your 4th house. So I would not be surprised if a lot of y'all move in with partners, or maybe even get proposed to, or take your relationship to the next level, or buy real estate, or open an Airbnb, or just something like with, domestic related. And so really love that for you. And you start having a lot more fun on the 17th, when Mercury conjuncts Venus. But Venus and Mercury move into Cancer at this point. And this happens just days before we move into Cancer season on the 20th, which is the same day as the summer solstice and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. But then on the 21st, we have a full moon in Cancer. So you see all these bundles of like planets in Cancer, which is your 5th house of pleasure, of love, of romance, okay? Creativity, self-expression, procreation, recreation too. You could pick up like, I don't know, chess or pickleball and really be into it. Saturn actually goes retrograde on June 29th. So pay attention to that. It's just really giving you this time to like really think about a lot of things in your life. In terms of Saturn is all about responsibility. It's a taskmaster planet. Also karma. Okay. A lot of karma energy there. So let's see what's going on for you for April, May, and June. Oh my gosh. Pisces, I can't do this. So remember I said April, May, and June. So spring, essentially, best part of 2024. You got the 3 of Cups. So all about you're celebrating something for sure. The Chariot, which is absolutely amazing, because remember I said we move into Cancer season, which is really good for you. It's your 5th house of pleasure and love and fun and whatnot. The Chariot is ruled by Cancer. And then the 10 of Pentacles. You're good. You know this, right? You're good. And remember this partnership energy that I was talking about, like partnerships, whether work, whether love, which is going to be a big theme for you. It seems like it's going to be a big theme for you. Well, this card is ruled by Virgo, which is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And so you're really good. Again, something to celebrate. It could be something new that happens in your life too, because remember it is a 3, birth of new things, creation. You see the 3 sisters toasting here. So it could even be something with siblings. Remember, there's all this activity in Taurus is in your 3rd house, which does rule siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors. And then you have the Chariot. It's just like a lot of like willpower, a lot of like, I love what's happening in my life. I'm moving past things that have been challenging for me. I'm in a good place. I'm learning a lot as I go, as the charioteer does. Okay. And the Ten of Pentacles moving into all this wealth and abundance. It's raining pentacles, by the way, in the form of the tree of life here. All right. This is very significant. This is like, you made it. This is your kingdom come. You see, again, remember, at this point, there's a lot of stuff happening with family and home. Okay. You see, it's highly associated with this card. You see the 3 generations of family here. You see the happy couple as well. Now, you also see the hermit. The hermit card is Virgo. All right. So again, there's that overlap with like partnerships and relationships, but you see the harvest by my finger. Like, this is prosperity, success, abundance. Like, you're good. You're really good. Now, let's get on to July, August, September. So July, Neptune goes retrograde at this point too. So right after Saturn goes retrograde, these are both in your sign. Remember that. And so, but that happens on July 2nd. What I love about this is that Mercury will trine Neptune and Venus will trine Saturn, both of which are in your sign. So again, you're going to feel this a lot. A lot of it's going to be like this like personal growth, the spiritual growth. It's amazing. And then on July 5th, we have a new moon in Cancer, again, in your 5th house of procreation. So a lot of y'all could be thinking about having babies around this time. Have babies around this time. If not you, it could be you just starting new relationships, taking relationships to the next level. It could be you starting some major creative project that you've been working on, because this is all in your 5th house. All right. And 5th house, at the end of the day, it's just pleasure. It's pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. I want you to pay attention to May 15th, Mars conjuncting Uranus. This is going to happen again in August. This is that like, there's like a rebellious energy here. It's like my way or the highway. So again, it's like the way that you use it. All right. This is how the way that you use it. I do love, all right, that's pretty much it for y'all. Now, in August, what I love is the new moon in Leo. So Jupiter and Mars are really good alignment here. With the moon and the sun, like we are officially in Leo season, and this is your 6th house of everyday activities, also health, pets. You could get a new pet. This is just such a great new moon, one of my favorites. And then just a few days later, on the 7th, the sun will sextile Jupiter. This is the best day of the month because Mercury will conjunct Venus too. This is a really great day for like socializing, making connections. Mercury will be retrograde, so it could be from people from the past too that come into your life. Now, on the 15th, this is what I was talking about. Mars is going to square Saturn. This is one of those more challenging aspects. Remember, Saturn is in your sign, so this could be a time where you really, really think about that, all right? Thinking about things in your life, or something could happen to you where you... just think there may be some sort of challenge that you have to work around here, but I'm just getting more of like personal growth, something that it's like it just could be challenging. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We'll talk about it in August. But the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because just a few days later, Jupiter will square Saturn. So you have Mars and Jupiter squaring Saturn. So just remember, around this time in August, it gets a little like, all right? But the best day of this month is the 29th, when Venus trines Pluto. I mean, the same day Venus will enter Libra, its rulership. And so this is just really, 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 really nice. I absolutely love, and remember, this is, Venus is in Libra. So again, something about personal transformation for you, also relationships for you. This is just really nice. Money stuff too. Remember, Venus is money. I don't like, as well as love and romance. So in September, we really go into like retrograde season around this point. Uranus goes retrograde. And so you see like there's going to be a lot of planets retrograde around this time. This on the 14th, September 14th, Venus will trine Jupiter. This is the best day of the month. And then on the 17th, we have the full moon partial lunar eclipse in your sign. Now, I love this eclipse and you will love it because Saturn's actually conjuncting the full moon. So it brings that stability. Saturn is in your sign. Pluto and Uranus are actually I like what they're doing. I like their alignment with Neptune, and Neptune is in your sign. And so I like this eclipse for you. This is and remember eclipses are big. They're big. They're game changers. They're like really big events that will happen in your life. I love the sun trining Uranus on the 19th. There could be just some really big, surprising, fun things that come your way in terms of, like even like breakthroughs. You could have some like really big breakthrough and like goals and projects that you're working on. But then on the 21st, the sun trines Pluto again. I mean, like this is just like huge. This is also a day like take advantage. Like if you want something from like a boss or a CEO or a landlord, it's just someone that's like higher, like some like higher up. You can use this. You can get what you want here. You got to take advantage of this. So really, really love that for you. So let's see what's going on for you for July, August, and September. And you're good. Temperance, Six of Swords, the Lovers. You're definitely moving. You're like, let's get started. Everything's gonna work out for you. You already got the star. You got Temperance. Now you got this archangel who's saying, just enjoy life. Enjoy life because like everything's gonna work out. Okay. It's like you see the finish line. You see like your path to enlightenment. And you're like, okay, I have nothing to worry about. There's nothing in the way. And if something gets in the way, I'll take care of it. This is really great. A lot of this will resonate for a lot of y'all with career because remember, Sagittarius is your 10th house. Temperance is Sagittarius. Six of Swords. Mental, moving away from any challenges. All right. So you already got the six, you already got the Chariot, which is pretty much the same thing, but in a different way. Six of Swords is more like mentally, like if there has been things that have been stressing you out or just been on your mind, this is like moving into a better like mind space and head and just being headstrong. And then the Lovers, there you go. I mean, you already got the Two of Cups here. You've got the Star, the Empress. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the World. So your life is changing. You have another archangel here. So you have two archangels for July, August, September. This is like insane. Like this is really great for you. And this archangel is all about healing. This is, but also this is a Lover's card. So partnerships, relationships. But you have the power. You have the power to decide what to do with that partnership and relationship. Do you want to take it to the next level? Remember, there's a lot of activity, well, that eclipse in your sign. So there could be something around there. A lot of self-love here too. I love that for you. This is just, I can't even. Pisces, you're gonna have an amazing year. Like by this point, some of y'all could be taking your relationship to the next level. If you are single, you could be like meeting your soulmate, especially with the Two of Cups and the Lover's card and the Star and the Empress. Like it's not even like no question about it. Now, October, we have that new moon solar eclipse in Libra. Venus will conjunct Uranus on the same day. Again, this is Libra is partnerships and relationships, but this is in your 8th house. Very transformative. This is like where you could maybe like start something where you're making a lot of money on the side. You could also find something. You get like really surprising good news this day as well. But again, a sense of transformation for you. On the 4th, Venus will trine Saturn. Again, Saturn is in your sign. This is a day where, like, if you're single, like, you could meet your soulmate this day. There's like Saturn brings that like commitment energy, that longevity, which I really love. And then on the 8th, Venus trines Mars. Again, you know what happens when Venus and Mars get together, and they're both in water signs at this point. So you're gonna feel this. You're definitely gonna feel that. I do love the 13th, the Sun trining Jupiter. This is the best day of the month. Okay, in fact, It's the best. It's one of the best days of the year. Okay, the sun trining Jupiter, such a big thing. Again, this is definitely going to have a big impact on family, home, relationships, children, in those capacities. So, really, really love that for you. I do love Venus moving into Sagittarius for you. Okay, on the 17th, and so remember that is your 10th house of career. Now on the November 1st, new moon in Scorpio. We have this wonderful triangle here with Mars in Cancer, Neptune in your sign, Mercury in Scorpio, all this water sign, Mars, Uranus, Pluto, Saturn. They're all in really good placements. This is a lot of stability. This new moon brings a lot of stability. And Scorpio is your ninth house, spirituality, your philosophies, even education. A lot of y'all could start something new in terms of education. Learning new things was a big thing for you this year, will be. I love this one. I love this one. It's also long distance travel and publishing, if those are relevant to your life. I do also love for you the end of the month. I like the sun trining Mars. This is when you're just gonna like, oh my goodness, you're just gonna feel alive. All right, you're just gonna feel alive and fired up. Things may get like really busy for you, but like a whistle while you work kind of way. And then on the 30th, I love the new moon in Sagittarius, one of my favorite new moons. And again, this happens to be in your 10th house of career. And so Jupiter's in really good alignment here. And Mars is happy because Mars has moved into Leo at this point. So I love that. And then December, Mars does go retrograde in Leo on the 6th. Again, can be a big slowdown, but Mercury will square Saturn that day too, which is in your sign. So just be aware of that day. And then Venus does move into Aquarius. Venus doesn't do like great in Aquarius. So December 6th is just another day, just like be on guard, be aware. On the 15th, we have that full moon in Gemini that I really love. It's conjuncting Jupiter. There's a lot of great alignments here with, especially with Mars and Mercury. I like this full moon. Again, this is in your fourth house, family, home. And then the best day of the month would be the 19th when Venus trines Jupiter. There's this, so like, again, a lot of y'all will fall in love if you're single, or take your relationship to the next level in so many ways. And money will be a big thing for you this year. But let's see what's going on for you for October, November, and December. You know, Saturn does go direct in November too, by the way. Oh my gosh. And you're good. You get the Ace of Wands, Strength, Seven of Cups. Okay. There you go. There you go. So Ace of Wands, as you know, aces usher in new change, new beginnings. I said there's a lot of new things happening for you this year. And there you go. Again, a lot of new things happening for you. Again, pay attention to that new moon solar eclipse that is going to happen in October. But, and this can be work related, passions related, ideas, creativity, even, you know, your job. Like there's so many opportunities. Plant seeds, plant seeds. Strength. What did I say? 2024 is a year of strength. I think you're actually the only sign that got the strength card in your 2024 year ahead. I think you're the only one. It's going to show up in a lot of readings, by the way. Just the way that the Chariot was like unbelievably showed up so many times in 2023, which was the year 7, and Chariot is 7. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. So you will see the strength card. And again, we remember we have Mars in Leo. There's Mars in Leo. There's so much stuff happening in Leo, but again, this strength card is ruled by Leo. But you are going to be tapping into your inner strength, and you know, strength is card 8. 2024 is a year of 8. You see the infinity symbol over her head. Infinite possibilities that come with that. Like you're absolutely good. And then you have the 7 of Cups. So there are going to be like toward the end of the year, you're going to have so many opportunities. It's almost like you really have to, it's like, what do I even do? What do I even do? I've so many opportunities. My life has changed so much at this point. just remain authentic and know what you want. Okay, just remain authentic and know what you want, because this card is attributed to Venus and Scorpio. Remember, we're in Scorpio season at this point. It's in October, November, December, and we have that new moon in Scorpio. So manifest, all right, and know exactly what you want, and that is like your ninth house of spirituality. All right, philosophies, education as well, but also long distance travel, publishing. Pisces, you have an amazing year ahead. Thank you so much for. Oh, I'm just looking at the camera. It just got really dark on my face, but whatever, that's fine. You don't need to see my face, but you see all these cards and you're good. So, Pisces, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye bye.